As these tourists rush by, few realize they are walking past Monte Testaccio, a man-made mountain. Civilizations rise and fall, technology advances, yet the hill remains. Now, it pulses with the rhythm of the modern world. Beneath the surface, the true nature of the hill is uncovered. It is not earth at all, but a massive accumulation of densely packed, broken terracotta pottery shards.
A staggering monument to ancient consumption, millions of shattered amphorae piled high, revealing the vastness of their civilization's reach.
Monte Testaccio sits squarely in the middle of modern Rome, a towering reminder of the city's ancient past amidst the hustle and bustle.
These broken shards tell a story of the ancient world's most vital resource. A resource so important, very economic. From these simple purple olives came an empire's wealth. But what enduring value does this ancient fruit truly hold for us today?
Our story begins not in the halls of kings, but on these rugged shores at the very dawn of agriculture. The earliest processing of olives began with these Neolithic villages. But as we look to the past, it was clear that this site held something special. As the team carefully brushed away the centuries of soil, they uncovered. Archaeologists pieced together the timeline of olive oil. They examine stone shards and take notes on clipboards. An ancient farmer demonstrates the labor-intensive extraction process. Vigorous crushing releases the thick substance. In the millennia before agriculture transformed the landscape, foraging was a way of life. Here, these ancient wild olive trees, gnarled and windblown, have clung to these rocky slopes for centuries.
The discovery of these fossils on Santorini confirmed the olive tree's ancient origins.
Look at this, it's perfect.
Yes, incredible preservation.
Further fossil discoveries pushed the olive tree's timeline back millions of years. On a rocky mountain slope, two researchers transition from wild foraging to organized cultivation begins. A pair of aged hands carefully picks dark olives.
The development of tools revolutionized agriculture. Here, an ancient press efficiently extracts.
At the heart of the great palaces, the Minoans developed a centralized economy, carefully managing the vast products.
The scale of Minoan production mirrors modern farming efforts. Modern workers harvest olives on ladders.
Written records reveal the meticulous tracking of ancient oil wealth. These cracked clay tablets, covered in linear script, detail transactions from millennia past.
The Minoans utilized olive oil for more than sustenance.
This symbol clearly indicates a large oil allocation.
Oil becomes a staple of cosmetics, medicine, and religion. A Minoan man sits at a table, rubbing olive oil into his skin and hair.
The legacy of ancient planting survives in living trees today.
The immense scale of this 4,000-year-old organism is humbling. As the sunlight filters through its canopy,
the tree's resilience allows it to survive, even as its core rots away. The ancient tree continues to bear fruit and provide symbolic power. A branch heavy with dark olives sways gently.
From ancient ruins to the modern games, the tradition is revived. At the 2004 Athens Olympics,
the wreaths they wear symbolize a legacy stretching back millennia, rooted in the sacred groves of Crete. The center of power shifts from Crete to classical Greece. Here, atop the Acropolis, a new era of human achievement began.
And so the olive tree became central to their foundational mythology, a symbol of peace and prosperity for Athens.
The gods competed for Athens. Poseidon struck the ground.
The olive tree is the superior gift. Athena is the victor.
And so the divine judges ruled. The citizens...
The myth translates into strict real-world laws protecting the trees.
These trees are sacred, and the law shall punish any who defile them.
Solon instituted unprecedented legal protections for the sacred groves. Let it be decreed that anyone caught harming the sacred olive trees shall be fined.
The sacred trees, known as moriae, were treated with profound religious respect. Citizens would gather here in solemn procession. State inspectors rigorously enforced the laws protecting these ancient groves. Officials meticulously document and tag.
The punishment for harming a sacred tree was uncompromising.
You are hereby banished from this city. Never return.
Solon strictly regulates even the private felling of olive trees. A man stands trial before judges seated on an elevated stone platform. The laws ensure the continuous renewal of the olive economy. A man with an axe stands next to 3 freshly cut tree stumps.
Olive oil becomes the bedrock of the Athenian export economy.
Solon restricts the export of all goods except olive oil to ensure wealth.
The oil trade brings immense wealth into Athens. Workers walk down a seemingly endless corridor formed by
The olive branch becomes the ultimate symbol of victory and status. On the steps of a grand temple, the connection between athletics and olive oil remains strong through history, from ancient courtyards to the modern Olympic podium.
Yet, at Olympia, the prize was purely symbolic and deeply spiritual. A priest holds a scroll while thick smoke oozes. In Athens, the games offered both prestige and immense material wealth. An older man carefully places an
Victorious athletes in Athens received massive quantities of premium oil. Muscular athletes look upward, balancing highly decorated Panathenaic amphorae on their heads.
The prizes were filled with oil harvested from the sacred groves. An official hands a large, black figure.
The sheer volume of the prize oil made winners instantly wealthy.
The oil prize was equivalent to a lifetime's wages. The value of the prize, when measured against the skilled labor required, equates to significant modern wages.
Olive oil was not just a prize, but an essential part of athletic preparation.
Athletes coated their bodies in oil to protect their skin and warm their muscles. Athletes sit on stone benches, meticulously rubbing oil over their arms.
The oil made wrestling matches slippery and demanding.
After strenuous exercise, the thick mixture of oil, sweat, and dirt was scraped away using a curved bronze tool, the strigil. Strigils are a common find in ancient gymnasiums. Archaeologists in a trench point to several green, oxidized bronze strigils.
The scraped-off mixture, called gloiop, was not thrown away. An athlete carefully scrapes the mixture of sweat and
People believed the sweat of champions contained medicinal and magical properties.
The finest gloiop in the city. Get yours now. A taste of victory.
The mixture was used as a salve to transfer strength and vitality. A man rubs the dark liquid into his arm. Modern museums preserve these strange remnants of ancient athletic culture. A group of people stand in a modern museum.
Olive oil fueled the sacred flames that burned in temples and at the games. A bustling ancient market with amphorae.
From the sacred fires of the homeland, Greek colonization spread the olive tree across the Mediterranean, carried in amphorae to new shores. Colonists brought their most vital crop with them to new lands. A Greek ship with oars rows away from a rocky coast. The Phoenicians were master mariners who traded oil far and wide. Phoenician trade routes established olive oil as a global commodity. Workers carry amphorae down a wooden plank from a Phoenician ship. Phoenician influence reached as far west as the Atlantic coast. A small boat arrives at a rocky shore.
They didn't just trade oil. They taught others how to grow it.
Carthage emerges as a dominant agricultural powerhouse in North Africa.
This is Mago's singular achievement, compiling 28 books of Punic wisdom. Ensure the grafting technique is recorded precisely as described here.
First, Mago's treatise detailed every aspect of olive cultivation. Mago stands on a balcony, writing on a scroll.
Though Rome sought to destroy Carthage utterly, they recognized the immense value of Carthaginian knowledge. Amidst the ashes, the wisdom, Rome translates the manual to fuel its own agricultural ambitions. A lone Roman soldier walks through the smoldering ruins of a...
Armed with Carthaginian knowledge, Rome scales up production massively.
Olive oil fueled Rome's rise, transforming it into the ancient world's first industrial empire.
From these chaos, the Roman trapedum press drastically increased oil yield. Here, workers operate massive wooden beam presses to crush the olive paste. The scale of Roman pressing facilities rivaled modern factories. A wide shot reveals an enormous cavernous room.
Roman authors Cato and Columella expanded upon Mago's work. These scholars, writing treatises on scrolls,
Roasters. The Romans pioneer the concept of grading and quality control. Workers shovel crushed olive paste into a wooden press. The finest oil, made from green olives, was highly prized. A worker guides a stream of golden green oil.
This premium oil is the ancestor of modern extra virgin olive oil.
The population of Rome required an immense, constant supply of oil. A wide shot of a Roman port shows ships constantly arriving with amphorae.
Oil was the primary cooking fat for millions of citizens.
It was also essential for hygiene in the famous Roman baths. Two men sit on the edge of a steaming pool.
As dusk falls, men use long torches to light a line of small oil lamps running down the center of a Roman street, illuminating the storefronts.
Oil was a key ingredient in medicine and a staple of military rations. A doctor pours a vial of oil for a patient in a close.
Perfumes and religious sacrifices also demanded high-quality oil. A perfumer mixes herbs into a jar of oil. To meet demand, Rome turned the province of Boeotia into a super producer. Soldiers cook food in a large pan.
A relentless armada shipped Spanish oil to the capital. A wide aerial shot shows endless olive groves in
The oil arrived at the massive Horea Galbae warehouses in Rome. Workers carry amphorae down planks from ships arriving at the port.
We are back at Monte Testaccio, the final destination for countless amphorae. Below,
the porous clay absorbed the oil, making the jars impossible to reuse.
The solution was to systematically destroy and bury the containers. Workers decant the oil from the large amphorae into smalls. The shards were stacked to save space, and lime was used to kill the smell. Workers carefully arranged the broken handles and... Over 120 years, the methodical dumping created an artificial mountain. More lime is thrown over...
At its peak, over 100,000 amphoraes were discarded here every year. The hill is massive.
The state carefully tracked every drop of oil coming into the city. Workers march up the dusty slope of the hill carrying...
The tituli picti acted as ancient barcodes for taxation and quality control. The labels recorded the origin, weight, and the inspector's name.
Plaisance. Modern scholars use these ancient labels to map the Roman economy. In a bright modern laboratory, several researchers, the data reveals a highly organized, state-controlled distribution network. 3 researchers study the faded paint. Under the Annona system, the state distributed free or subsidized oil to its citizens and soldiers, ensuring the loyalty of the legions. Emperors knew that affordable oil was key to preventing riots. An emperor sits at the table with advisors. Transcending mere utility, olive oil became deeply embedded in religious life, a sacred anointing used in ceremonies across the land. The major monotheistic religions adopted oil for sacred rituals. Monks stand near an altar in the church.
In Judaism, pure olive oil was mandated for the eternal flame. We travel not to escape life, but for life not to escape us. These moments, bathed in gold, the act of anointing signifies divine chosenness. In this grand courtyard, the high priest...
Christianity inherited these practices, using oil in its core sacraments. The oil runs down the bearded king's face.
The word Christ literally translates to the Anointed One.
Olive oil remains central to baptism, confirmation, and holy orders.
Be sealed with the gift of the Holy Spirit.
From the sands of Giza to the heart of the Renaissance, humanity's journey has always been one of discovery.
Popes and theologians emphasized its spiritual symbolism.
And so we look forward, not with naive optimism, but with the profound certainty that love.
In Islam, the olive tree is explicitly praised in the Quran.
The Pope continues speaking.
The Prophet Muhammad advised his followers to eat the oil and use it as an ointment.
By the end of antiquity, olive oil was the lifeblood of the Mediterranean.
It was food, fuel, medicine, and money.
However, the fall of the Roman Empire shattered the global supply chain. Travelers with donkeys walk past alone. Commercial farming collapsed, and many groves were abandoned. A group of medieval peasants work the soil in this desolate, hilly landscape.
During the Dark Ages, production became highly localized.
The responsibility of maintaining the trees fell to Christian monasteries. Peasants dig in the dirt with hoes. Monks in Italy, France, and Spain kept the knowledge alive. A dirt path winds alongside a low stone. They needed the oil primarily for religious ceremonies and lighting. Monastic rules restricting animal fats made olive oil the primary cooking fat. Monasteries became self-sustaining centers of production and trade. The monks eat a silent meal, adhering to strict rules.
Surplus oil was sold to local communities, generating vital income.
Monks harvest more olives in a storeroom.
Join us as we journey through the annals of time. From the philosophers of old to the diligent scribes. Meanwhile, in the southern Mediterranean, a different revival was happening.
The Arab conquest of North Africa and Spain brought new farming expertise.
They introduced advanced irrigation and pruning techniques. Farmers use hoes to clear the channel, allowing water to flow as men harvest olives. Through ingenious irrigation and tireless work, Al-Andalus became the agricultural heart of the age, culminating in this bountiful olive harvest.
The word almazara, still used for Spanish oil mills, comes from this era. Workers load heavy.
When Christian kingdoms reconquered Spain, they inherited this advanced infrastructure.
The stage was set for olive oil to cross the ocean. See how the stone presses it? Heave ho, men!
Spanish and Portuguese colonists took olive saplings with them to the New World. Workers roll barrels up a ramp onto a galleon. They planted the trees across South and Central America. Sailors on the deck of a rolling ship carefully tend to small vintages. Franciscan missionaries brought the trees north into California. Workers labored to dig holes and plant the saplings. The mission olive variety survives in California to this day. Monks finish planting a row of trees near the mission walls.
Despite this spread, olive oil remained a niche product outside the Mediterranean.
In Northern Europe and America, butter and lard were the standard fats. Workers load crates of Italian oil onto hand trucks. Olive oil was mostly sold in small bottles in ethnic grocery aisles. A woman in a Northern European kitchen drops a large pat of
It was science that truly triggered the modern olive oil boom. While homemakers across the nation appreciate.
From these early observations, Ansel Keys launched an unprecedented investigation into the rising rates of heart disease across the globe.
The study revealed that Mediterranean populations were unusually healthy.
Their secret was a diet rich in vegetables, fish, and olive oil. Keys presents data to a board of men in suits. The concept of the Mediterranean diet was born as villagers ate happily, but cut to a sterile 1950s hospital ward.
Join me as we unlock the secrets of the stones and explore the vibrant tapestry of our world.
The findings caused a massive shift in global dietary recommendations. A hand pours a generous glug of golden olive oil.
The demand for olive oil skyrocketed worldwide.
As you can see, we've placed it right here at the foundation of the new food pyramid.
New countries began planting massive, high-density groves to meet the demand. A woman in a modern kitchen pours olive oil into a pan.
Modern mechanical harvesting replaced traditional hand-picking in these new groves. Workers plant small olive saplings in long,
Spain modernized its industry to remain the undisputed king of production. Workers use long poles to knock olives from old trees onto nets.
Over 90% of the world's oil still comes from the Mediterranean.
His vocals leaks. The supply chain is complex, vast, and increasingly fragile. Tractors dump loads of fresh olives into hopfedgens. Olive oil is traded on global exchanges, vulnerable to market shocks. Large mechanical harvesters straddle. Climate change is currently devastating the Mediterranean crop. The cargo ship is loaded. Traders in suits analyze samples of oil and check.
Severe droughts in Spain have slashed production by a third. Two men in high-vis vests walk down the aisle.
This shortage has driven prices to record highs globally. Workers wipe sweat from their faces while harvesting in a dry, dusty field.
The high value has also led to widespread fraud and adulteration.
Fraudulent oil is often mixed with cheap seed oils or mislabeled.
Laboratories constantly test shipments to verify authenticity. Harvesters work. A shopper looks at empty shelves.
But despite the challenges, the core of the industry is ancient and resilient. A scientist tests a sample. A table shows.
We return to the ancient trees that have watched empires rise and fall, silent witnesses to the passage of time.
The Vuves tree in Crete, the Sisters of Noah in Lebanon. The camera pans over the twisted, hollow trunk of
the Al-Badawi tree in Palestine, the Stara Maslina in Montenegro, the ancient Lebanese grove.
These trees are biological monuments to human history. The Stara Maslina tree stands behind a stone wall. They prove that while humans fight over the oil, the trees quietly endure. Sunlight flares through an ancient grove.
Even when destroyed, they find a way to grow back. The Al-Badawi tree.
The olive tree is the ultimate symbol of continuity. A close-up shows vibrant green shoots sprouting
From the Neolithic era to the modern supermarket, the product remains the same. The hollow Vuves tree. Olives have a legacy spanning millennia, as vital today as it was at the dawn of civilization. 8,000 years of continuity.
The harvest continues, just as it has for millennia.
The workers gather the fruit of the ancient trees, laughing and talking as they work. They carry plastic crates filled.
The cycle of cultivation and harvest goes on. That was a long day, wasn't it?
It certainly was, but the grapes are perfect this year.
Countries can replace that volume fast enough. The olive oil industry is also dealing with widespread fraud. Studies have repeatedly found that a significant share of
does not meet the chemical or sensory standards for that grade. Some of it is lower quality olive oil blended with seed oils. Some of it is simply
mislabeled. The problem is particularly acute in export markets, where consumers may not have the experience to taste the difference.
It is one of the most commonly adulterated food products in the world, which is ironic, given that the Romans were already
grading their oil and stamping the containers with quality certifications 2,000 years ago. And yet, through all of it,
the trees themselves endure. The Vuves olive tree in western Crete, the one that provided wreaths for the 2004 Olympic champions, is still producing fruit and oil 4,000 years after it first grew from the ground.
In the village of Bachale, in northern Lebanon, a grove of 16 olive trees, known as the Sisters of Noah,
is believed to be roughly 6,000 years old. In the Palestinian village of Al-Walaja, the Al-Badawi olive tree, named after a 13th century Sufi saint who once sat beneath it, is estimated to be between 4,000 and 5,000 years old. In Montenegro, a tree called the Stara Maslina has been alive for over 2,000 years and still produces fruit. even after one side of it was badly burned, likely by a lightning strike. Think about what those trees have outlasted. The Sisters of Noah Grove in Lebanon was already ancient when the pyramids of Giza were being built.
The Vouv's tree in Crete was growing when the Trojans were fighting the Greeks, if they ever did. The al-Badawi tree
was alive before the alphabet was invented. All of them were standing long before the founding of Rome, before the birth of Christianity, before the rise and fall of the Ottoman Empire, before the discovery of the Americas. They survived wars, droughts, earthquakes, wildfires, and centuries of neglect. And they kept growing, because olive trees are built to survive in ways in almost no other
cultivated plant can match. They handle drought and fire better than almost any other cultivated plant.
And when their heartwood rots away from the inside, they simply grow new wood from the outside. The Stara Maslina in Montenegro survived having one entire side of its trunk burned, probably by lightning, and kept producing olives. The Vouv's tree has been hollow for centuries and shows no signs of stopping.
Olive trees do not die of old age. There is no biological clock ticking inside them.
They are, in a very real sense, immortal. And the oil they produce connects every chapter of this story.
The same substance that Neolithic villagers pressed from wild olives on the coast of ancient Israel is the same substance that Minoan kings traded across the Aegean, that Athenian athletes rubbed into their skin, that Roman emperors distributed
to their citizens by the millions of liters, that monks kept burning in church lamps through the darkest centuries of European history.
And that you can walk into any grocery store in the world and buy today. 8,000 years of continuous use.
It's from a single product and a single tree, and the story is still being written. If you found this one interesting, hit subscribe and leave a comment
telling us which ancient civilization's use of olive oil surprised you the most. We cover histories like this every week, and you will not want to miss.
What is coming next?